We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? You're knowing what you're wanting? An evolving thing, yes? You like that? You like fresh desire born within you? You like the idea of things in the process of becoming? It's all right that they have not yet become. Your lips say yes, but we always like to ask some version of that question because you are eternal beings, which means life will never stop calling something more through you, which means there will always be, as long as you are here focused in this physical body, out here on this leading edge, experiencing this time-space reality. We're getting a little bit of buzz. There will always be a gap between the newly hatched desire and the full manifestation of it. And so that's why we always like to encourage you to at least look forward to the time when you can feel that fresh desire pulsing within you. And even though you haven't figured out how or where or when or who, you know what you want and you know why you want it, but the trail, the plan, the path is not fully in your view, but still the idea of it is sweetly calling you forward. There is no state of being that is more delicious than that, because that means you are still open to your inevitable eternal expansion, and you are not right now, through your impatience or through your doubt, hindering it, keeping it from coming. When you realize that expansion is inevitable and that it is logical that your expansion be joyful, then maybe you can begin to relax in an understanding that you'll never get it done and that you cannot get it wrong, and the reason that you can't get it wrong is because it's never done. Even when it feels incomplete, even when it feels wrong, even when it feels like something about it should be different, you can still, from your powerful now, give your attention in such a way that you can come into vibrational alignment with it. You are source energy in physical bodies. Do you know that? Do you know that you were that which you are even before you are that which you are? In other words, you are source energy, and a part of that source energy is here focused in this body. And when you understand that a part of that source energy is here focused in this body, then you may begin to feel, or even logically understand, that since the non-physical part of you still is, oh, we should ask that question, do you know that? Do you know that the larger part of you remains as a vibrational source energy, and that a part of that perspective is here? Humans sometimes talk in terms of soul, or source, or God, and that really is what that is referring to. But where humans get confused sometimes is you think you're non-physical or physical. You think it's one or the other. And we say that's sort of like plugging your toaster into your electrical current system so that you can toast your bread. And then saying, why doesn't the electricity be a toaster too? And we say, there is this current, or there is this source that is really who you are, that remains non-physically focused while a part of it is focused here within you. And when you get that, when you understand that there is this inner being, source, soul, God force you, and then there is the you that is focused here in this physical body, then you can begin to understand the relationship between those two vibrational vantage points. It's not so different from the guidance systems in your vehicles, where the system knows where you are and you program in your desired destination and it calculates the route. And when you get off your route, the system tells you, and your guidance system does too. You are an extension of source energy. But there's more to this story than we think most of you really understand, and we want to give this to you in a way that you can really hear it. Because when you hear this, when you get this, then everything that is happening in your experience will make perfect sense to you, as well as those that you are observing. You are source energy, and from that source energy perspective, you have focused some into this physical body. And now you are here in this physical body with the express intent of exploring the variety and details and contrast of this environment. And as you explore the variety of this environment, you cannot help but give forth constant new preferences. You are constantly giving birth to yet new desires. Now, this is the part we really want you to hear. When in your physical body, we're too high or too loud, When in your physical body, you are exploring that's better. Sarcasm does not become us. As you are, we'll just wait for you. Just turn us down. That will help, as if that could happen. He turns us down and we just talk louder. So as you're here in this experience, in your body, exploring the contrast of your experience, you cannot help but give birth to a continual stream of new preferences. When you don't have enough of something you want, you know you want it. When you are uncomfortable in your body, you know you want more comfort. When you feel confusion, you know you want clarity. It's a constant deciphering and giving birth of new preferences, even at a cellular level. Even the one-celled organisms are doing this. The evolution of all species is about this. So here you are, giving birth to these new desires. Now here's the part we really want you to hear. In the moment that you give birth to something more that is wanted, the larger part of you, the non-physical part of you, the source energy part of you, literally becomes it. Literally becomes it, becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you're asking for. Now this is especially important for you when you realize that all day, every day, you have been launching these preferences and that they are being held for you lovingly in what we like to call your vibrational escrow. But a better way of saying that is the source energy part of you has become it. We've been telling you for a while that there are 3 steps to the creative process. The first step is you must ask. And then we always say you can't help but do that even if you never open your mouth and utter a word, because you are constantly experiencing life which is causing you to emit vibrational preferences. And then we say that step 2 is that Source will answer those preferences immediately, instantaneously. And of course, you know, step 3 is you must then become a vibrational match to what you're asking for. But what we are wanting you to hear here that is beyond that which you may have been contemplating or understanding before is that not only when you ask is it given, be a good name for a book, not only when you ask is it given, but when you ask, the source energy part of you becomes it immediately. So the new title for the new book, it will be very long, is when you come forth into this physical experience from your broader non-physical perspective and in your physical body, life causes you to reach for more, the source energy part of you becomes it instantaneously, and now you have no choice if you are to be joyful other than to catch up with that which you have become. Too long? Well, if you could use that as the title for the book, you would not need the rest of the book, because in the title is everything that you would need to know. In the title, it would be explaining that you are an expanding being and that life here in this physical body causes this constant expansion. And as you expand, the larger part of you becomes vibrationally that and then calls you forward, calls you to it, calls you. That's what those impulses are. That's what passion is. That source energy part of you saying, here we are, here's what you have caused us to evolve to, and here we stand in the exalted joy of that, calling you to that, you see. Can you imagine taking your canoe down to the river's edge? You've got your paddles in the canoe, and you set it into the water, and then deliberately point it upstream and begin paddling very hard. And we would say to you, turn the boat around, or just stop paddling, and the current will turn you. And our physical friends say, oh, Abraham, that just seems lazy. Everyone we know that has any real credit given to them is pointed upstream and is working hard at it. In fact, that's why we reward them. They work hard. Doesn't matter if they accomplish anything. As long as they're working hard, we give them trophies. And anyway, it's what my mother did. And from what I've heard, it's what her mother did too. It's what all of our family does. It's what anyone worth their salt does. We work hard at life. And the rewards and monuments are all about hardworking people, you say. And I've heard there are many more after we die. And we say, that can't be right because we know about the current. We know about the current that is you before you came into this body. We can feel the essence of this current. We know about the focused energy within you. And we can see the energy that has come from source into you and has been expressed through you into another place. And the source energy part of you has become it. In other words, when you get a sense of what is causing that current, what causes that flow to flow? And when you get a sense of what that flow is, and you get a feeling sense about what it means to be in the flow and what it means to be bucking the current, then you can begin to dovetail seamlessly with who you really are on your quest for eternal expansion. Jerry and Esther had a wonderful experience last month. They went whitewater rafting with friends in Colorado. There were 8 of them in the boat, 6 friends, and then the guide and his helper. And it became really apparent to Jerry and Esther right away, as quick as they were in the water, that there was no point in even trying to paddle upstream. That stream was flowing and they were going. The river was rated 4 on many of the rapids. It was a very exciting stream. 4s and 3s, some 2s, not many slow points in the river. But as they were flowing in this very fast-moving river, many things became apparent to them. First of all, something that we would like all of you to try to remember, it really is much easier to go with the flow. And here's the thing we really, really, really want you to hear. Let's just get it out of the way at the beginning. Everything you want is downstream. There is nothing for you up there, because the source of that which is you, the flow of that which is you, this eternal process that is you, your source energy in a physical body flowing, and source energy is becoming it. In fact, that vibrational escrow that we are talking about, that source energy, that place where the source of you goes, following the flow of your desire, that is the vantage point from which the new energies are coming forth into this physical experience. That's why they get the computer and you don't. In other words, they're born cable ready. They are born as the leading edge of that which you are. They are the furthest most expansion of all that you were before you were born, all that you've become in your generation now that you are born. That's who the new ones are coming in. That's why they don't want to listen to you. And when you say to them, I know the ways of this world, they want to say to you, and I'm the culmination of this world. I am that which all of you have become. I have the clarity and the knowing that all is well. I still remember the stream. And then, as parents and teachers, often you say, all right, little one, now I'll show you the way we do it. Put your boat in the water and point it upstream. And they say, doesn't seem natural. But wouldn't it? They say, but they're trying to get your attention. But wouldn't it be better if we just let the stream carry us? Oh no, you can't go with the flow, humans tell their newborn. You cannot go with the flow because evil lurks where there is laziness. And they say, but it feels so good going with the flow. Feels like joy and love. Feels like who I really am. It feels like everything I remember. And humans say, you'll get over it. We'll get over that. In time, you'll forget about hope and belief. And you'll struggle with the rest of us. And if you get good enough at it, we'll give you a monument. But the new ones keep coming. The new ones keep coming. And those of you who've been here for a while, in time, you begin to recognize that there must be a better way. There must be a way of falling into vibrational alignment with who you really are. And that's what we're talking about here. This gathering, we call it the art of allowing. And it really is the art of allowing yourself to just relax and float free and go with the flow. Go with the flow that you've created, mind you. In other words, we're not saying don't live life. We're not saying don't decide. In fact, we're saying you cannot help but decide. But what we are encouraging you to begin doing consciously and deliberately is making an effort to let loose of the things that are holding you into this pattern of resistance and go with the flow. Jerry and Esther noticed as they were on that river that day. In fact, they noticed it before they even got on the river. They were on a bus riding up this canyon, looking at this raging river flowing by. And they more than once looked at each other and said, we've got to be out of our minds. What have we gotten ourselves into? Because they could see in many places huge boulders and rock formations that were planted right in the middle of the river, that the river was finding its way over and around. In other words, the boulders were rooted to the bottom of the floor of the river. They were not going with the flow, which was causing something rather exciting as the water smashed against these boulders that were not going with the flow. And once they got into the river, their guide said to them, now see that boulder and see that raging water? We don't want to go up against that rock. We don't want our boat to get stuck anywhere in that formation because the river will just beat the life out of us. And he wasn't kidding. You should have seen the form they had to sign to even get in the boat. It basically said your odds of survival are very, very low. Esther refused to read it. She said, this is just depressing. I'm here for a fun time. I trust that you've done this before.